Hi students, welcome to Narayan PU College online classes. In earlier, we studied complex numbers and quadratic equation PU classes and also complex numbers JEE objective completed. In PU, complex number and quadratic equation both will be combinedly given, but while coming to the objective, complex numbers is separated, quadratic equation is separated. Complex numbers JEE already completed. Now we are going to discuss the quadratic equation. Also we can call it as theory of equations or theory of equations, quadratic equations. So before going to do the problems, just we can discuss some few concepts. So first, what is a real polynomial? So we know that meaning of polynomial, the function in the form of a0 plus a1x plus a2x plus and so on an x power n. That form we can call it as polynomial in x, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are the real numbers and x is the variable. In the same manner, how to define the real polynomial? Let us take f of x equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on an x power n, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are called the real coefficients or real numbers and x is the real variable. Such type of function we can call it as the real polynomial in x, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are real numbers x is real variable. So in the expression a0 plus a1x plus a2x square and so on an xn, a0, a1, a2 and an also called real coefficient of x. So if you observe here, x is not there, we can write x power 0, x power 1, x square, x cube, x power 4 and so on x power n. These are coefficients. That's what in this function a0, a1, a2 and so on an also we can call the real coefficient of x. So next, complex polynomial. Complex polynomial. Same thing. Let us take f of x equal to same expression a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on an x power n, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are complex numbers and x is the complex variable and x is the complex number variable. So previous it is real polynomial, it is a real variable. Here complex polynomial, that's what coefficients are complex numbers and variable is complex number variable, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are complex numbers and x is complex number variable, otherwise complex variable. Same expression only, but based on the definition, this value we denoted like that. So real polynomial, it are the real numbers. In the complex polynomial, complex numbers. So next, rational function, otherwise rational polynomial, rational expression, rational function. Rational expression, rational expression or otherwise rational function. An expression is in the form of f of x equal to p of x by q of x, provided q of x is not equal to 0. An expression is in the form of f of x equal to p of x by q of x, where q of x is not equal to 0. Here p of x and q of x are the polynomial functions in x. Both p of x and q of x polynomials in x, where p of x comma q of x are polynomial in x. Polynomial in x. Next concept, remainder theorem. Remainder theorem. This concept we discussed in the lower classes. What is the remainder theorem? Before going to define, we'll take some example. Simple example we can take. Suppose 10 by 2 is there. Generally we know it 10 by 2 value is 5. But based on the remainder theorem, how to discuss? So 10 divided with 2. So how many times will cancel this one? 5 times. So this is divisor, this one is dividend, this is quotient, so this one is remainder. Divisor, dividend, quotient and remainder. This is generally we can say. But while taking the functions, how to define the remainder theorem? Let us take f of x be a function. F of x be a function and x minus k is also another function. Then f of x is divisible by, x minus k is divisible by f of x, then we'll get some remainder f of r. Some remainder f of r, that is x minus k divided by f of x. F of x is divided by x minus k. Here f of x is divisible by x minus k. Then we'll get some remainder f of k. Generally we can write like this: f of x is function divisible with x minus k. So we don't know the number, quotient you can take q of x. So here so we'll get some value. After dividing with some remainder we'll get, that remainder we can take it as f of r. This whole expression, how to express in terms of the remainder theorem. F of x equal to x minus k into q of x plus f of r. Otherwise, simple expression x minus k into q of x plus r. This is a remainder theorem, where f of x is a divisor. Divisor equal to dividend, x minus k is dividend, into q of x is what? Quotient, plus r is what? Remainder. So this is the expression for remainder theorem. Next, factor theorem. So here simple thing, x minus k and f of x are two functions. Whenever f of x is exactly divisible by x minus k, that means remainder value must be 0. F of x exactly divisible by x minus k, remainder value must be 0. Then how to express this? F of x equal to x minus k into q of x, remainder is 0. So finally f of x equal to x minus k into q of x, no remainder. That's what it is, factor theorem. Then we can say x minus k is factor of f of x. Next concept, quadratic equation with real coefficients. So we know the general form of the quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, a is not equal to 0. Compulsory x square coefficient must be not equal to 0, then only we can define the quadratic equation. So we know how to calculate the roots of the equation, roots or otherwise solution of the quadratic equation. So the roots of quadratic equation, x equal to, we know the formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here b square minus 4ac, we can call it as discriminant of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So based on the discriminant, the nature of the quadratic equation we can decide whether it is real or imaginary or equal. That all thing we studied in the lower class. That discriminant value we can denote it by delta. Delta equal to b square minus 4ac. So based on the nature of the discriminant, we can say whether it is real, imaginary or equal. So that we can study some chart. Suppose d or delta equal to b square minus 4ac. Based on the nature, how to define, we can see it. D equal to 0. One condition, D not equal to 0. D value is nothing but discriminant, b square minus 4ac. Suppose discriminant equal to 0 and discriminant is not equal to 0, then what is the nature of the roots? Discriminant equal to 0, we know the nature of the roots are equal and real. Roots are equal and real. That is the nature of the roots. While coming to the not equal to 0, if discriminant is not equal to 0, in that we have the two cases. One is d is greater than 0 and another one is d is less than 0. Suppose d is greater than 0 and d is less than 0. What is the nature? D is greater than 0 and d is less than 0. So, d is greater than 0, roots are real and rational. Roots are real and distinct. So, d is less than 0, roots are imaginary. Roots are imaginary. We know roots imaginary part is p plus iq, p minus iq, like that. So next, if roots are real and distinct, in that we have the two cases. Suppose discriminant is perfect square, discriminant is not perfect square, then what is the nature? So ABC are the real numbers and D is perfect square. Then roots is rational. So discriminant is perfect square, means inside the root suppose 9, 16, 25, 49, like that is there. Suppose root 49, 7, it is perfect square, like that. If it is there, the roots are rational. Suppose ABC are real numbers and D is not perfect square. Roots are irrational numbers. Roots are irrational numbers. Irrational number form we know it p plus root q or otherwise p minus root q, etc. These are the nature of the roots for quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So next concept, relation between roots and coefficients. Relation between roots and coefficients. For example, general quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c. Then let us take x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c. So we know for quadratic equations we will have two roots. or otherwise two solutions or two factors. So that two factors we can take alpha and beta. So x minus alpha, x minus beta are factors of given quadratic equation. So that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to a into what is the factors? X minus alpha, x minus beta. So simplify these two, a into x into x, x square minus x beta minus x alpha, minus x take common, alpha plus beta. So minus alpha into minus beta plus alpha beta. Now multiply with ax square minus a into alpha plus beta into x plus a into alpha beta. That is right side value. In left side ax square plus bx plus c. Compare both sides coefficients of x square, x and alpha beta. Compare coefficients of x and constants. X square is not required. Why? Because both side x square coefficient is a only. So x coefficients, left side what is the x coefficient? B. Right side what is the x coefficient? Minus a into alpha plus beta. So from this alpha plus beta what we can write? Minus b by a. That is coefficient of x. Next constant term coefficients. Here left side constant is c and right side a alpha beta, x and constants. Okay, alpha beta c by a. So already we taken alpha and beta are the two roots of the quadratic equation. Now sum of the roots minus b by a, product of the roots c by a. If you take generally sum is s, sum of the roots, product is s, product is p. So general quadratic equation is x square minus sx plus p equal to 0. S means sum of the roots, p is product of the roots. So x square minus s is nothing but alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. While we know the roots of the quadratic equation, the required quadratic equation we can calculate like this. So now based on this some symmetric results will be there. So some symmetric roots means some identities. First one is alpha square plus beta square. Alpha square plus beta square. We can write alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. A square plus b square we can write a plus b whole square minus 2ab. Plus 2ab minus 2ab cancel, a square plus b square will get like that. Alpha square plus beta square we can write sum of roots square minus 2 into product of roots. Next second symmetric root alpha minus beta whole square. We can write alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Next third one alpha cube plus beta cube is alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta of alpha plus beta, like that. Suppose alpha power n plus beta power n, if you want to calculate alpha plus beta into alpha power n minus 1 plus beta power n minus 1 minus alpha beta into alpha power n minus 2 plus beta power n minus 2. Also we can write this is alpha plus beta into s n minus 1 minus alpha beta into s n minus 2, where alpha power n plus beta power n we can take it as Sn. So if you observe, alpha power n plus beta power n is Sn. In place of n, what is there here? N minus 1. That's what this whole expression we can write Sn minus 1. So in place of n, what will be there here? N minus 2 is there. That's what this whole expression. Alpha power n minus 2 plus beta power n minus 2, we can write Sn minus 2. So sum of the roots of the n minus 2, that is the meaning of that. So like that, some symmetric roots will be there. So next, common root. So for example, for two quadratic equations will have the common roots, then how to verify the condition? In that two cases will be there. Both roots are common or any one of the roots is common. Any one of the, suppose first quadratic equation alpha and beta, second quadratic equation alpha and gamma. So which is the common in that? Alpha is the common for both quadratic equation. Like that, nature of the common roots will have the two types. One is condition for one root is common. Condition for one root common. Let us take two quadratic equations, a1x square plus b1x plus c1 equal to 0, a2x square plus b2x plus c2 equal to 0 are two quadratic equations, and take alpha is the common root of both quadratic equations. So let alpha is common root of both quadratic equations. Alpha will be satisfies both quadratic equations. So that is a1 alpha square plus b1 alpha plus c1 equal to 0, a2 alpha square plus b2 alpha plus c2 equal to 0. Then how to solve these two equations? In the lower class we studied ax plus by plus c equal to 0, sorry, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. So before going to discuss this general one, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. If you want to solve these two equations, one method will be there. So first x, y and constant here. First, in the first equation, y coefficient we need to write here, b1. Next constant, c1. Next x coefficient, a1. Again b1 only. Same manner second equation, b2. Next constant, c2. Next x coefficient, a2. Again b2. Now x divided by these two diagonals product with minus b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Same manner y diagonals product c1 a2 minus a1 c2. Next 1 divided by these two diagonals product. Like that we can solve the finding x and y values. So same manner here alpha square in place of x and y, what will be there here? Alpha square and alpha will be there. So same procedure we can apply here, alpha square alpha 1. So middle term here alpha coefficient is b1 c1 a1 again b1. Next b2 c2 a2 again b2. Now solving this, alpha square by these two, b1 c2 minus c1 b2 is equal to alpha divided by these two, c1 a2 minus a1 c2 is equal to 1 divided by these two, a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So from this alpha square and alpha value we can calculate. So equate first and third, alpha square by b1 c2 minus c1 b2 is equal to 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1 implies what is alpha square? This denominator value will send right side. Then what will get alpha square value? b1 c2 minus c1 b2 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, that is alpha square value. Next alpha and constant equate it. Alpha divided by c1 a2 minus a1 c2 is equal to constant value 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, that equal to. So this denominator value will send right side, implies alpha equal to c1 a2 minus a1 c2 is divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Alpha is c1 a2 minus a1 c2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Then alpha square is b1 c2 minus c1 b2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now c1 a2 minus a1 c2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1 whole square, suppose both sides square, alpha square equal to this much. But already we know the alpha square value, b1 c2 minus c1 b2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So that equal to alpha square, generally that equal to alpha square. Alpha square value already we know it, b1 c2 minus c1 b2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now 1 square 1 a1 b2 minus a2 b1, both denominator is same thing, so 1 power square and 1 will be cancelled, remaining c1 a2 minus a1 c2 whole square by a1 b2 minus a2 b1 is equal to b1 c2 minus c1 b will be there. This one will be in power 1 will be cancelled, only one term will be there. This value is in right side, c1 a2 minus a1 c2 whole square is equal to this term send right side b1 c2 minus c1 b2 into a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is condition for one root is common. Suppose second one condition for both roots are common, that will be simple, only one step will be there. Second one condition for both roots common. So for both quadratic equations roots are common, then what is the condition? So here also you can take same a1x square plus b1x plus c1 equal to 0, a2x square plus b2x plus c2 equal to 0. These two are the quadratic equations, will have the same roots, suppose alpha beta, first one, second one also same alpha beta, both roots are common, then condition is simple one, the coefficients ratio a1 by a2 equal to x coefficient b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So this is one root is common, so this is both roots is common. So next general quadratic equations in two variables. So till now we studied only one variable, either it be x or y or p, whatever it may be, one variable quadratic equation we studied. Now two variables, suppose xy, pq, rs, like that general quadratic expressions in two variable, how to find out the discriminant and how to find the solution. So general form is ax square plus 2hxy plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is a general quadratic expression in two variables. So first this you can write ax square as it is plus, in these two take x is common, 2hy plus 2g of x plus remaining is 2fy plus c equal to 0. So here by square is there, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. The another term by square will be there, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is general form of the quadratic equation in two variables. So now this is b, this whole thing is c. Ax square plus bx plus c form is there. We know the solution x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So same formula we can apply for this. X equal to minus b minus of 2hy plus 2g minus b plus or minus square root of b square 2hy plus 2g whole square minus 4ac 4ac value by square plus 2fy plus c by 2a. So this one x equal to minus 2hy minus 2g plus or minus this 2a will be sent here 2ax. Send left side 2ax equal to minus 2hy minus 2g plus or minus root of 2hxy 2g whole square minus 4a into by square plus 2fy plus c. So this minus 2 value send here 2ax plus 2hy plus 2g is equal to plus or minus this expression will get same thing. Same expression we can write. No need to simplify this. 2hxy plus 2g whole square minus 4a into by square plus 2fy plus c. From this equation, if you want to find out the discriminant, the whole expansion we need to expand, like a plus b whole square multiply with 4a this one. So after simplifying that, at last the discriminant delta value will get abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square equal to 0 and h square minus ab value is greater than 0. This is condition for discriminant equal to 0 in quadratic expressions in two variables. You can remember this one. abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square equal to 0 along with h square minus ab is greater than 0. So next important topic, graph of quadratic function. So let us take y equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So this expression we need to convert into perfect square. Y equal to, take a common, x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. Y equal to a into x square 2ab form. Here 2 if you write suppose 2 into b by 2a. B value is b by 2a. Add and subtract b square value. B by 2a x plus add b by 2a whole square and subtract b by 2a whole square plus c by a. Now this is in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab form. So y equal to a into x plus b by 2a whole square. This you can simplify, minus b square by 4a square plus c by a. Y equal to a into x plus b by 2a whole square. Take LCM. 4a square is L square minus b square plus 4a square, 4a will be there, 4a into c, 4ac. Y equal to finally a into x plus b by 2a whole square. Take minus common, sorry, multiply with minus, b square minus 4ac, that we can write d by 4a square. This minus d by 4a square will be sent here. Y plus d by 4a square is equal to a into x plus b by 2a whole square. Now this a value set here, simply x plus b by 2a whole square equal to 1 by a into y plus d by 4a square. Now this is like x square equal to 4ay form, symmetrical about y axis parabola, standard form of the parabola y square equal to 4ax, symmetrical about the y axis. Here vertex are, let us take vertex a minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a square. These are the vertex of the parabola. See, x minus x1 like y minus y1. So x1 and y1 are the points or vertex of the parabola. Same manner, minus b by 2a minus d by 4a square is the vertex of the parabola, x square equal to 4ay. So we know general form of the parabola is like this. But here, based on the vertex, the parabola will be shifting. So that nature is, suppose small a is greater than 0 in the expression, the parabola will be positive on the y axis, upward direction. Parabola will be upward direction. Parabola upward direction. Suppose a is less than 0, parabola downward direction. So based on this nature, some cases will be there to draw the graph of the parabola. First case, case 1, a is greater than 0 and the discriminant is less than 0. A is greater than 0 and the discriminant is less than 0. In this case, graph will be upward. I said already, whenever a is greater than 0, parabola compulsory upward direction. So this is a x-axis, y-axis 0, y dash and x dash. A is greater than 0 and d is less than 0. F of x is greater than or equal to 0, means compulsory f of x is positive values. So x equal to minus b by 2a is minimum. So here what x minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a square, this value is minimum. So second case, a is less than 0 and d is less than 0 condition. Discriminant is less than only, but a is less than 0. Whenever a is less than 0, parabola will be downward. So x, positive y, 0, y dash and x dash. Here this is up, from this is up, that is maximum. X equal to minus b by 2a is maximum. So first two conditions, d is less than 0, a is greater than 0 and less than 0. D is less than 0 condition is over. Next d equal to 0 and d is greater than 0. So third case, a is greater than 0 and d is also greater than, d is equal to 0. In the both cases are positive. So both cases are positive. At that time, vertex a will be 0. The function is positive 0 real number. Next, fourth case, d equal to 0 but a is less than 0. D equal to 0, a is less than 0. Same thing, at that time also vertex is 0 but parabola will be downward. Parabola will be downward. That's what this is the function. Function is less than or equal to 0. Equal to 0 or less than. Next, fifth case, d is greater than 0 and a also greater than 0. Both will be greater than 0. So here the parabola will be passing through the x-axis at two vertex. One is alpha and beta, but alpha is less than beta. At that point, f of x is 0. Alpha less than beta, f of x is 0. For example, f of x is greater than. So x belongs to like this, minus infinity to alpha, union beta to infinity. Next, f of x is less than 0, downward, x lies between alpha and beta, open interval. Same manner, sixth one, a is less than 0 and d is greater than 0. This will be reverse. Okay, alpha is less than beta, but f of x is less than 0. X belongs to minus infinity comma alpha, union beta comma infinity. F of x is greater than 0, x belongs to alpha and beta. And last concept in this theory of equations, relation between coefficient and roots of n degree equations. Suppose second degree equation will be there, already we know sum of the roots is minus b by a, product of roots is c by a. If you take degree is 3, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to 0. Here 3 roots will be there, alpha, beta, gamma. First sum of roots, alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a. Product 2, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to c by a. Next 3 roots, product is minus b by a. So degree is 4, ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus c equal to 0. We will have the 4 roots, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Same thing, sum of the roots, product alpha, beta, alpha, gamma, alpha, delta, beta, gamma, beta, delta and gamma, delta. Order wise you can write. Next 3, alpha, beta, gamma plus alpha, beta, gamma, delta plus gamma, delta, alpha plus alpha, beta, delta is minus d by a. Last 4 product is e by a. So we'll continue next class.